All right, thank you guys. Happy Saturday to you. Hopefully, you had a wonderful New Year's Day. And just real quick, do me a favor. If you end up really enjoying this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up by hitting that like button. And if you haven't already joined the Brock Page delegation, please feel free to do that right now by tapping that subscribe button below. I certainly appreciate it. I appreciate all likes, comments, subscribes, all that good stuff. So it certainly is appreciated. But anyway, nice slate of NBA action. Small slate. Kings take on the Rockets. 5 p.m. Eastern tip-off in Houston. The Rockets are the 5-point favorite at home. Total's 233.5. And if you like Sacramento in an upset here, they're plus $1.70 for some money line cash. Now, guys, real quick, we're 3-1 in our last 4 board member tier package picks on patreon.com/BrockPage. We're also hitting at 73% in our last 12 board member tier package picks in that same category as well. And the good news is this: we have another board member tier package play going off today. Now, it's going off earlier in the day. You don't have time to waste. We currently have a community of over 675 handicappers who are signed up and active on that Patreon page. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, that's patreon.com/BrockPage. And despite dropping a close 3-point matchup to Houston just a few nights ago, Sacramento's 2-0 against the spread in their last couple of games. And they're 4-1 against the spread overall for the season. Now, the Kings rank in the top 10 in the NBA in scoring, top 10 in defense or rebounding. De'Aaron Fox is scoring 21 points a game for the Kings, 7 assists and 2 blocks a game for the point guard. Meanwhile, Buddy Hield is also scoring 17 a game himself, 4 boards and 3 assists a night for the shooting guard. Both players have started in all 5 games for the Kings. No load management for them yet. Now they're taking on a Houston squad who lost 2 of 3 to start the 2021 season. Jones, Martin, McLemore, and Clemens are out. Eric Gordon is questionable with a knee. The Rockets are in the bottom 5 in offensive rebounding, and they also find themselves allowing 124 points a night. Now, total-wise, Houston's 3-0 to the over thus far in the season. Sacramento's 2-0 to the over in their last 2 straight themselves. We're going to start off the video like we do most of the time with an underdog. Give me the underdog Sacramento Kings plus 5 and the over 233.5 in that game. Before we go ahead and move on, just want to take another quick timeout and welcome you to the video. Got some lines and personal leans out for NBA action here on Saturday. Happy Saturday to you. Like I said earlier, hopefully you guys had a great New Year's Day. Now, before we go ahead and dive into some more free content right here on YouTube, I just have to quickly remind you, once again, we're 3-1 in our last 4 board member tier package picks on patreon.com/BrockPage. We're also hitting at 73% in our last 12 board member tier package picks in that same category as well. And just remember, guys, when you sign up for a membership on Patreon, you immediately get access to all the lesser expensive memberships absolutely free. And no, you did not mishear me. When you sign up for one of my memberships on Patreon, you instantly get access to all the lesser expensive tiers absolutely free. The cheaper memberships are immediately included with your purchase. And for those who are wondering what the difference is between my free picks here on YouTube and what I do on my Patreon site, well, what I do on Patreon is I make life a lot easier for you as I break down the daily card and focus in on just 3 to 4 premium selections per day. Now, my personal plays, games that I personally have action on, it's not every single game that's on the card, side and total, like I do with my breakdowns here on YouTube. And I'll tell you this much, I'm having a lot more success betting on games that way in smaller sample sizes versus wagering on every single game that's on the slate, side and total, like I do here with my free leans on YouTube. Now, guys, we currently have a community of over 675 handicappers who are signed up and active on that site. And if you want to join those folks and get in on the action, I'd love to have you. Link for that site is in the description section below. And once again, That's patreon.com/BrockPage. And with that said, guys, we got to move on because we got a couple more games here to break down right here on YouTube. So our next matchup, it's going to be OKC versus Orlando. And that's going to be a 7 p.m. Eastern tip-off in Florida. The Magic's -7.5 at home. Totals 218 and a hook. Now, Orlando beat OKC by 11 on December 29th, a couple days ago. Put up 118 total points in that contest. The Magic's 4-1 straight up on the season, and they successfully covered the number in 4 out of those 5 contests. Now, Orlando's in the top 10 in offensive rebounding, top 3 in free throw percentage. Nick Vucevic is scoring 20 points a night, 11 rebounds and 4 assists for the center. Meanwhile, Markelle Fultz is also dropping over 16 a game himself, 3 boards and 5 assists for the guard. Now keep an eye on Terrence Ross as his action could be limited tonight due to a hammy. Now, Orlando's taking on an OKC squad who's scoring only 101 points a game, and they're shooting just 62% from the foul line. Meanwhile, defensively, this OKC squad is in the bottom 5 in the NBA in rebounding. Now, Ariza and Jerome are still out for the Thunder, and when it comes to the scoring in this one, OKC saw 2 out of their last 3 get over the posted number. Meanwhile, Orlando's 4-1 to the over for the season themselves. Pretty chalky lean here. I'm going to lean toward the Orlando Magic -7.5 and the over 218 and a hook. All right, next matchup, it is going to be Knicks versus the Pacers. And that's going to be a 7 p.m. Eastern start time at the Bankers Life Fieldhouse. The Pacers are -9 at home with the number at 214 flat. If you like the Knicks in an upset here, they're +315 on the money line. Now, the Knicks scored just 83 points in their loss to Toronto on New Year's Eve. New York's lost 2 of 3 on the road, and they averaged just 100 points a night. Now, Spellman, Smith, Quickly, and Toppin are out. Burks, Ntilikina, and Knox are questionable. They're taking on a Pacers squad who won 4 of 5 to open up the season, 4-1 against the spread in those ball games as well. The Pacers are scoring 117 points a night, and they're shooting nearly 52% from the field. Domantas Sabonis is scoring over 22 points a game, 11 boards and 7 assists for the forward. Meanwhile, Victor Oladipo scoring 21 a night himself, 5 boards and 5 assists for him as well. Now, defensively, Indiana's in the top 10 in points allowed, top 10 in rebounding. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Indy's last 3 ball games did stay under the posted number. Meanwhile, the Knicks saw their last 2 straight stay under the line themselves. Give me the Indiana Pacers -9 and the under 214. All right, next ball game. It is going to be Hornets versus the Sixers, and that's going to be a 7 p.m. Eastern tip. The Sixers are -9 at the Wells Fargo Center. Totals 214 flat. Phillies 4-1 straight up on the season, 2-0 straight up on their home court. They're giving up just 99 points per contest, and they're holding their opponents to just 41% shooting from the field. Joel Embiid scoring 27 a night, 12 rebounds, and a couple of blocks for the 7-foot center. Tobias Harris is also dropping 18 a game, 9 boards and 3 assists a game for Toby. They're taking on a Charlotte team who's shooting just 65% from the stripe. Very bad, very poor foul shooting team. If they drive to the lane, just foul them. Their chances are they're only going to make one of them. But anyway, the Hornets are also in the bottom 10 defensively in fourth quarter points allowed. Total-wise, Charlotte is 4-1 to the under on the season. Philadelphia is 5-0 to the under themselves. Give me the Philadelphia 76ers -9 and the under 214. All right, next contest. It is going to be Raptors versus the Pelicans. 7:30 p.m. Eastern start time at the Smoothie King Center. The Raptors are the 1.5-point favorite on the road here. Totals 213. And if you like the Pels in a slight upset at home here, they're plus $1 for some money line cash. Now the Pels have won 2 out of their last 3. Victories over OKC and San Antonio. The Pels are in the top 5 in offensive rebounding, top 3 in defensive rebounding as well. New Orleans is also giving up just 99 points a game. They've been very good defensively. Brandon Ingram scoring 23 a game, 7 boards and 6 assists for the forward from Duke. Meanwhile, Zion Williamson's also scoring over 19 a night, along with 8 rebounds and a couple of steals. They're taking on a Toronto squad who's dropped 3 of 4 to start their 2021 campaign, just 41% shooting from the field and averaging only 101 points a game. Now, the Raptors are also in the bottom 3 in the league in defensive rebounding. And when it comes to the total on this one, Toronto's 3-1 to the under on this season. Pels are 5-0 to the under themselves. I'm going to lean toward the underdog, New Orleans Pelicans, plus 1.5 in the under 213. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into our next and final matchup for the show. It is going to be Cavaliers versus the Hawks. And that's going to be a 7:30 p.m. Eastern tip-off in Atlanta. The Hawks are laying 6.5 at home. Total's 233 flat. And if you like Cleveland in an upset on the road here, they're plus 220 to win it. Now, the Cavs lost their last 2 straight. They're dead last in the NBA in first quarter scoring. Porter, Dellavedova, Okoro, and Windler are all out. Kevin Love's also Kevin Love, not Love. Kevin Love. Not talking well this morning. I don't know why, but anyway, Kevin Love. Too much eating yesterday, I guess. But anyway, Kevin Love, he's going to be out for a couple weeks as well. They're taking on an Atlanta squad who's leading the league in scoring and free throw percentage as well. The Hawks are dropping 129 points a game, and they rank in the top 5 in shooting the 3-ball. Trae Young is scoring 31 points a game, 5 rebounds and 8 assists for the guard from Oklahoma. Meanwhile, John Collins is also scoring over 18 a night, along with 7 rebounds a game himself. And believe it or not, Atlanta's also in the top 10 in defensive rebounding, top 5 in defending the 3-ball. Now, total-wise, 2 out of Atlanta's last 3 got over the line. They also saw 8 out of their last 10 head-to-head meetings with the Cavs get over the number as well. Give me the Atlanta Hawks minus 6.5 in the over 233 in that game. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into our quick pick recap. Once again, brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where once again, we are 3-1 in our last 4 board member tier package picks on that website. Also, 73% in our last 12 picks in that same category. And as far as our YouTube plays goes, I like YouTube plays go. As far as our YouTube plays go, I like the Kings plus 5 over 233.5. I also like the Magic minus 7.5 over 218 and a hook. I like the Pacers minus 9 under 214. I'm also leaning toward the Sixers minus 9 under 214 as well. I like the Pelicans plus 1.5 under 213. And last but certainly not least, please give this video a thumbs up right now if you enjoyed it. And please hit that subscribe button right now if you haven't done so already. Give me the Atlanta Hawks minus 6.5 in the over 233 in that contest. And with that, guys, we're going to dive into some shout-outs. And from our YouTube platform, shout out to Chance Sheffield, Lawrence Herod, Bakosi DeBell, Lysantha from Australia. Shout out to Maribel Martinez, Trevino Sloan, T.N. Flus, Kevin Taylor, Pittsburgh Gentleman PA, and think I'm losing power here. And last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to my good friend Lionel Kicks. Picks are so hot that we're literally putting the electricity out. But anyway, guys, I'll tell you what, I'll do plus 2,000 that I lose complete power in the next minute. Plus 2,000. I'm booking that action out. But no. Anyway, guys, that is going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on Patreon. If you guys decide to get a package here today, just keep in mind we'll bill you the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. Also keep in mind, guys, that if you end up signing up for a package, you're actually going to get all the lesser expensive memberships absolutely free. So take, for instance, if you get the $4.99 package here today, all the cheaper memberships are included with your purchase. So you're going to get access to, all of the memberships that are less than $4.99. So I just want to give you, just a heads up on that. But most importantly, guys, I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And with that said, happy Saturday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.